Hello Booksies, welcome to today's video. I thought it would be nice to have a little change of scenery. I am still technically in front of my bookshelves, but I'm closer to the window because at this time of day the sun really hits my bedroom, and I thought I want to try and see what it looks like instead of just using the ring light. And so far, I think it's really nice. As you would have seen in the title, today is going to be all about books. Okay, obviously it's going to be about books. It's going to be all about self-help books that actually helped me. I just want to point out, I know that self-help books are not like everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine, but I'm sure there are also people out there who, like me, do enjoy reading these types of books once in a while. I'm someone who loves to constantly work on myself and evolve as a person, and I find that these books have truly and utterly changed my life, not just the way I think, but like the way I live my life. First off, this is the book that started my entire journey. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. I would say this is a little not outdated, but it's not a very recent book. I remember growing up watching my mom read this author's books. I think it was the summer of 2018 when I randomly decided to pick up this book at a secondhand bookstore. It blew my mind. Prior to the version of me that is sitting in front of you right now in this video, I was quite a negative and resentful person, and this book really helped change things around for me. I feel like this is perfect for anyone starting off on their self-discovery, self-development journey because it teaches you very simple life lessons and strategies on how to let things go instead of holding everything in and reacting instead of responding. So as we have established, I'm not the best at recapping. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you the back of the book. So many of us would like to live our lives in a calmer and less stressful way and be able to let go of our problems. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff, shows you how to stop letting the little things in life drive you crazy. In 136 short essays, Dr. Richard Carlson teaches us in his gentle and encouraging style simple strategies for living a more fulfilled and peaceful life. We can all learn to put things in perspective by making the small daily changes he suggests. Resilience by Liggy Webb. I remember reading this book, I think it was either 2019 or 2020, and I was going through a difficult time regarding change and coping. If you are also someone who finds it difficult to deal with big and sudden life changes, which is, I know, a very natural and normal part of life, but nonetheless, some of us may tend to struggle, then definitely give this book a try. Bounce back from whatever life throws at you. Stressful situations are a fact of life. Knockbacks, setbacks, job insecurities, money worries, and relationship issues are all too familiar. Some people can approach them with confidence and poise, facing change and challenges head on. Others become quivering wrecks at the mere thought of them. So how can you learn to handle the ups and downs better? Being resilient is all about cultivating the right attitude and inner strength to cope when life's challenges seem almost overwhelming. It's not about what's happening to you, it's about how you react that really counts. Moving on to this amazing book. I'm sure most of you have heard of it. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. As you can see, hold on, let me give you a closer look. I have tapped the crap out of this book. I owe my very structured and routine-driven life to this book. It really, really helped me understand how to form habits and actually stick to them. Prior to reading this book, I was really good at knowing what needs to be done in order to have a structured life, to have a routine, to form healthy habits. But my issue was always either giving up or kind of falling off the horse, so to speak. And this book not only gives you advice, it explains to you why sometimes certain things don't work out and what you can do to make sure that they actually do work out for you. In this groundbreaking book, Clear reveals exactly how these minuscule changes can grow into such life-altering outcomes. He uncovers a handful of simple life hacks, the forgotten art of habit stacking, the unexpected power of the 2-minute rule, or the trick to entering the Goldilocks zone. He delves into cutting-edge psychology and neuroscience to explain why they matter. Along the way, he tells inspiring stories of Olympic gold medalists, leading CEOs, and distinguished scientists who have used the science of tiny habits to stay productive, motivated, and happy. This is a book that I genuinely recommend to every person in my life, and now I would really, really recommend to you guys. Now, here I have 2 books that kind of go hand in hand, but I'm going to talk about each one separately. One of them is called What Happened to You by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey, and the other one is called Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents by Dr. Lindsay Gibson. And the reason I say these go hand in hand is because if you are someone who has suffered trauma, which I'm sure most of us have, if you have suffered trauma in your childhood, you find yourself kind of stuck as an adult, not knowing how to move forward or not knowing how to break certain cycles, how to let go of the past, then I would definitely recommend this book. Through deeply personal conversations, Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Bruce Perry explore what happens to us in early childhood influences the people we become. They challenge us to shift from focusing on what's wrong with you or why are you behaving that way to asking what happened to you. Many of us experience adversity that has a lasting impact on our physical and emotional health. What happens to us in childhood is a powerful predictor of our risk for health problems down the road and offers scientific insights into the patterns of behavior so many struggle to understand. And as you can see, this one has been tabbed quite a lot as well. Now, as for this one, Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. This I found really helpful. See, also extremely tabbed. If you were raised in a household where a lot of responsibility fell onto you as the eldest child or just as the child in general, I think this book will be very helpful and help you heal. If we don't understand why a person behaved a certain way, it might make letting go of resentment that much harder. But this book really explains it very nicely, how sometimes there are adults who are emotionally immature, meaning they don't have the emotional capacity to function like an adult should. And if you are a child of such an adult, please give this book a try. There are even some questions and quizzes for you to take to see if this applies to you. Now, this isn't by any means a book made to excuse bad behavior, but it helps you as the child of emotionally immature parent to heal and move on. If you grew up with an emotionally immature, unavailable, or selfish parent, you may have lingering feelings of anger, loneliness, betrayal, or abandonment. You may recall your childhood as a time when your emotional needs were not met, when your feelings were dismissed, or when you took on adult levels of responsibility in an effort to compensate for your parents' behavior. These wounds can be healed and you can move forward in your life. In this breakthrough book, clinical psychologist Lindsay Gibson exposes the destructive nature of parents who are emotionally immature or unavailable. You will see how these parents create a sense of neglect and discover ways to heal from the pain and confusion caused by your childhood. By freeing yourself from your parents' emotional immaturity, you can recover your true nature, control how you react to them, and avoid disappointment. Finally, you'll learn how to create positive new relationships so you can build a better life. Last but not least, I have 2 of my absolute favorite life-altering books. The first one is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and the second book is called Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. Now, my personal advice would be to start with this one, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself first, and then moving on to this one. In all honesty, this is probably the most impacts I have ever seen in myself from reading a book. I would also recommend anyone and everyone to give his books a try, starting with this one. You are not doomed by your genes and hardwired to be a certain way for the rest of your life. A new science is emerging that empowers all human beings to create the reality they choose. In Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, renowned author, speaker, researcher, and chiropractor Dr. Joe Dispenza combines the fields of quantum physics, neuroscience, brain chemistry, biology, and genetics to show you what is truly possible. Not only will you be given the necessary knowledge to change any aspect of yourself, but you will be taught the step-by-step tools to apply what you learn in order to make measurable changes in any area of your life. Dr. Joe demystifies ancient understandings and bridges the gap between science and spirituality. Through his powerful workshops and lectures, thousands of people in 24 different countries have used these principles to change from the inside out. Once you break the habit of being yourself and truly change your mind, your life will never be the same. Alright, Booksties, I know today's video was a shorter one, but I hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. Let me know in the comments down below if you yourself do read nonfiction, and if so, what type of nonfiction do you prefer? And I will see you in the next one. Bye!